Peace and blessings, y'all. Greetings.
Halito.
Hello, y'all. Hi, y'all.
Empress.
Y'all know how we do it. We're going to play a couple of songs so we can build the chat up, and then we'll get right into it.
Yeah, rhyme so dope, my eyes low. When you move like God, the time slow. I came back for the blacks and John Doe's. Crack open them land patents, let go of them townhomes. What's a native to a native? He $5 dough if he not melanated. Pale faces got you waiting on a savior. Sending prayers up, he texting back on vacation. Yeah, God's children. Give all your praise to Jesus, but how God feeling? He say put no one before him in divine image. It's you with God of Christians. I got a vision, but niggas ain't gotta listen, so they don't. We came from the soil, wasn't fucking with no boats. Bible took our spirit, English potted on our homes. Tribal families turned on us, don't act like y'all don't know. But fuck them and they grudges. We was something turned to nothing. And now we let this turn to something. Reincarnation of ancients, fresh up out the oven. This the message to the black man. 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 Shooters on my roof, lawyers in the coop. We can never die, bitch, we bulletproof. This the message to the black man. This the message to the black man. Say you wasn't slaves, you was prisoners of war. You stop wasting your time, these other bitches ain't important. You ain't meditating, you ain't mating with the sauce. Like what the fuck's a noodle if you ain't painted with the sauce? I find it hard to trust the pastor who rather side with the master, who preaching we should submit while getting murdered and captured. About how we should wait on God is never our vernacular. They get paid and praised by the dollar long as they keeping us stagnant. And niggas think they woke, huh? Like you could change a whole world through a vote, huh? Like slave masters willing to let their slave go, huh? That slave master was probably your kinfolk, huh? History in reverse, a black king strategy. When blacks were your majesty, they always hide your pyramids but point to where the castles be. Aristocracies with your last name patent accurately. Yeah. And I ain't even tell half the shit. Like, I ain't even tell a quarter of the shit. I'm just getting started. Y'all niggas rap about busting guns and all this weird shit. I'm trying to get my people back, nigga.
We starving for greatness. We hardly can. It's a lost generation. We starving for greatness. We hardly can make it, and truth is a pill that we hardly can take. Look at our generation, walking lost in this matrix, praying God come and save them. You'll do it for yourself if you really want to help, otherwise it'd be hard to escape. With a lost generation, it's a lost generation. We starving for greatness. We hardly can make it, and truth is a pill that we hardly can take. Look at our generation, walking lost in this matrix. At us, man. Praying God come and save you. You'll do it for yourself if you really want to help, otherwise it'd be hard to escape. With a lost generation, where everything's fun and games. We drink and we smoke just to numb the pain. We scream for the cops when the brother to get shot, then we march for money, don't nothing change. Damn, I'm tired of these fucking games, shit. We gotta do something, man. They label us black, our history snatched. We don't even know where the fuck we came from. They gave you another name, watched it and gave you another brain. We used to be scholars till they gave us dollars. You gotta realize this a fucking game, so make sure you play it right. When you give it your all, you sleep when you lay at night. I am a ray of light. That's an affirmation, something that you could say or write. I hope this word get exposed. I swear this cycle's getting old. How we giving all our children shit we couldn't deal with it. Shit from further from their souls. This world is so cold. Think to myself like, damn, sometimes I don't wanna have babies. Like, damn, what they gon' have faith in? I guess all I can say is, damn, this a lost generation. We starving for greatness. We hardly can make it, and truth is a pill that we hardly can take. Look at our generation, walking lost in this matrix, praying God come and save them. You'll do it for yourself if you really want to help, otherwise it'd be hard to escape. With a lost generation, it's a lost generation. We starving for greatness. We hardly can make it, and truth is a pill that we hardly can take. Look at our generation, walking lost in this matrix, praying God come and save them. You'll do it for yourself if you really want to help, otherwise it'd be hard to escape. With a lost generation, where youngins be selling us dope and politicians sell us hope. We never noticed all the power we got in our hands. They trick us and tell us to vote. Why should I care about July 4th? No one what my people died for was given religion and put up in a wicked system, but this shit won't our choice, so just find yours. There's different meanings of freedom, you need to define yours. Republic or Democrat, I don't get into that, they gotta give us back our voice. Cause how can the president speak for me? Or clean up the streets and find peace for me? They can't part the Red Sea for me. If I thought that, then I ain't even free. I'm just trying to tell them, the hand they dealing us is deadly. Let's come together for protection. They use their food and water as weapons for harming my essence. It's time that we check it. I need my people to help me. The time is now, we need plans. But we ain't got no hope, so we apply, go vote and say, y'all don't know, just keep praying. Damn, this a lost generation. We starving for greatness. We hardly can make it, and truth is a pill that we hardly can take. Look at our generation, walking lost in this matrix, praying God come and save them. You'll do it for yourself if you really want to help, otherwise it'd be hard to escape. With a lost generation, this a lost generation. We starving for greatness. We hardly can make it, and truth is a pill that we hardly can take. Look at our generation, walking lost in this matrix, praying God come and save them. You'll do it for yourself if you really want to help, otherwise it'd be hard to escape. With a lost generation.
Yeah, buddy, I like that one. Peace to the God.
Yeah, that song's fire. Like,
Yes,
To
indeed.
the God,
Fire.
King Azir. He just put that one out too in the last couple of days. That one is hot.
It's what
Yeah,
we need to
I
have.
counted.
Yeah.
I counted the first day he dropped it.
Yes, that's beautiful. Awesome.
Alito Miss Walker says, "Hey y'all, I missed y'all."
Everybody.
Halito, Miss Walker.
Halito,
Hello.
Miss
Chief Janese, I had a question I was asking, but you were saying like we need to let them know who we are. So I was saying, shall we be transparent with the patents and let them and put them on notice that we have these patents, or shall we just be like quiet about it until everything happens?
I think we need to do it at one time. I have a plan for that. I think we need to do it in concert. You know, do it in concert and via press conference. And this will be sent out via press release. And so, you know, you show a greater force, then now you're on their playing field. Because that's how they do things.
Yes.
Want people to know something, they want the world to know something, it goes out via press release, it goes out via press conference.
Yes.
You know.
Yep.
So they need to know. They will know. And it'll be like I said, in concert. You know.
Yes, indeedy. They not ready.
At all.
No, not at all.
Oh, man.
Actually, they're moving in
right back,
desperation. They're moving in desperation mode right now.
They are.
Yep,
They are.
very much so.
So you could tell that they're desperate and they're doing everything. And people who's desperate is dangerous.
And that's why it's important that people know how to use weapons. It's important that people know how to use guns. There's no need to be afraid of guns.
Oh,
You know,
hell
it's
no.
important to be able to protect yourself.
Right.
You know, so you know who you are. You'll protect yourself a little bit better once you know how valuable you are. You know, they use every part of our body. They use every part of our land and every part of our body.
They sure
You know,
do. Yes, they do.
that's just it's a wrap for that.
Yes, it is. I think I sent to Lyrica today. There's a new strand of the COVID that not even the Kucharacha shot is helping.
Uh-uh.
Yes, ma'am. And also, in a town, 50 people. This is new news now. 50 people had the Cucaracha. 4 of them died, and all of them got
The shot.
all of them got the disease back again. Got the virus again after the Cucaracha.
Mm. After the inoculation.
Yes,
So
yes.
now what? You got to go get inoculated again? Good
Girl,
Lord.
these people.
They're desperate. They know that their time is up. They know that the corporation has failed, and now we need to build our back up.
Yeah.
Now it's time to start building back up. Your bill was so powerful, and I'm just looking at these land patents smiling.
I think it's
Was very
wow.
powerful.
You know, I try to communicate in a way that people will get it. And that be my whole thing. Like I hope I'm communicating it so people will get it. You know, I think people get it. You know, I think people get it. And sometimes like I didn't even want to show my family situation, but sometimes you gotta just show your situation so people will know like this stuff is real life. Like this is nothing to play with. These are people. We know what happened in the Grand Canyon. You know what I'm saying? Like we know this stuff. You what if you have you know how important it is that the Negroes have Arizona patented.
Yes, that is so
Huge.
Most of Arizona is a no-fly zone. You know how important that is that Negroes got patents in no-fly zone.
Right.
ask my daughter how I feel about Arizona and how we caught a plane to Arizona to buy 36 acres because it was right 15 minutes from the Grand Canyon.
Mm, mm. You know, people don't even know.
It's,
People aren't even looking at this
it's
stuff.
such a magical place, goddess.
It
Such
is.
a magical place. People don't understand. They think it's the desert, but it's really where a lot of people gonna go after the pole shift or the earth shift or whatever. A lot of people gonna be in Arizona.
And it's important that we, like I say, we control the land.
Exactly.
You know, now we cover multiple states. You know, we got people literally with land patents everywhere, literally. You know, so we own everything on top of it. You
We
know,
sure do. Everything. Everything. Coconino County, all those counties. Route 66.
yeah, Route 66. You know, I got land on I-10. You know, they when they drive those highways through your land, it's in their legislation that it's trust account set up literally for
That
people
you
who have highways and railroads on their land patent. Literally,
Yes, ma'am.
you know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So that will be us. That will be us. So
That's why I am not letting nothing negative touch me because I am so empowered by my ancestors. I feel the spirit all around me. I know what's going on. I'm in the generation like I was born in 60. I'm older than all of y'all.
mm-hmm.
So I know I was born where everybody was, not even thinking about this stuff and still isn't who's my age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a very few. So I appreciate y'all beautiful goddesses because y'all bringing the truth and we all have to bring it. Even the elders, the children, we got to bring it. We
We
have to bring
do. We do. We do. Absolutely. Well, you know your husband. He said he'll give us an A and B selection next week. So I'm gonna hold him to it.
Wait, girl. Wait, when you were saying about the green thumb, now this brother here got the green thumb. Between him and my daughter, they have them green thumbs. I said, well, you got the green thumb here. But when you say A and B selection, don't tell this man that. He'll have the whole band.
Yes.
The song.
Yes.
He said, what you mean I'm gonna have the song there? I said, I'm just messing, but I know you're very professional. You're not gonna do anything without having it right. You know, you ain't gonna get up there like
If he do that for real, I'm gonna fall out. You hear me? I'm gonna fall out. That would just be way too special.
Girl, we might have to do Indian Red for you. Get us some harmony going.
Ooh, when I say I will fall out, oh my goodness.
Teach you that harmony and let you come in on that harmony.
You already know I come in. I come right on in. Lyryca, can you sing?
Yes, indeed.
What?
I gotta send you a song. Lyryca's on.
Oh, here she goes. She will share. I can't sing, but I'm very shy when it comes to
She's so shy. Look, she's so. But Lyryca is also a virtuoso piano player.
What?
I told you that. You remember? Well, I didn't really like expound on it, but I'm classically trained pianist and vocalist. Yes, ma'am.
Girl, why I got to get online to find this stuff out about you, Lyryca?
My baby used to play Fur Elise so beautiful. Lyryca was brilliant playing Fur Elise and all these beautiful.
That was my first piece at 13.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, why I got to get online to find this out about Lyryca? Lyryca, you know how many classically trained people be watching my live? Like all my little.
Let me tell you why, sis. Let me tell you why. Because I'm ready to get this land back. I ain't like the music. That's gonna come later. Like I'm just trying to get land back.
It's just a good conversation. It's just a good lead-in piece. You need lead-in pieces. We all need lead-in.
Yes.
Because when people come around that we don't want to know what we talking about, we have to start talking in code. We might have to start talking about classical music. You just never know.
There you go.
Girl, yes. That's what it was so funny when you said earlier, Chief Sundown. Now I can read in Spanish. I don't know about translate. That's me. Now if it's Spanish, Latin, Italian, I can read the piss out of it. But translation, that's a different story.
That's what it is. I have to have the books with me when I translate it. But yeah, I can read it down. I can read all these languages. You know, when you're doing classical training, you have to know the phonetics of it. So you can basically read every language when you know phonetics. Yes, babe.
The ancestors, y'all, they just be moving like so. It's it's unimaginable, unexplainable. Like I just okay. So today you say Panola County, right? Talking about Mississippi, Georgia, and Florida. While we was unpacking literally on the Zoom today, we were unpacking a Panola County land patent in our family for Texas. I wonder now I don't know. Let me just I just want to is Panola a tribe, a nation?
It could be. I know it means cotton in Choctaw.
Yeah, it means cotton. I'm here, y'all. I had to go finish braiding my husband here. I don't know if y'all was calling me or saying anything.
Oh no, God.
No, but no, it means cotton in Choctaw, so I don't know. It could be.
No. I'm just saying, like, is it? Look, I don't know, but it was so intriguing when you said that, and we literally was just on a Zoom today unpacking.
And y'all know I was not on that Zoom. I was not on that Zoom call, so y'all can verify that we are connected in the spirit. Like
like for real, she was not like for real. She missed this Zoom, and look, I can't say too much about that Zoom on live, baby. That Zoom, I can't say shit about on live. The only thing I can say is on Sunday. This is the thing, okay? Everybody wants to have a bank account because you have people who have funds right now that they would like to move to an account that is basically is theirs. It's Aborigine owned. The matriarchs are working on some real heavy shit, y'all. Sunday, I will be sending out a Zoom. We are opening a credit union. Even if you don't want to be a part of the business side, you still are a member. We are we ready. So, and if you already have your businesses set up, if you got your EINs and you have your LLC set up, we have Wednesday calls for grants. That's our money, y'all. That's our shit.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I see other people are coming here and using that, getting that from grants, getting that from the Q number, which they are the foreigners. So,
and I wanted to piggyback on that because I was doing some research, looking through them grants, y'all, and they actually do land grants today through that.
Yes, they do. You're absolutely correct, Miss
And
Swan.
what they doing is they're looking at these properties that are vacant and that nobody is using. Not saying that no one has a land patent attached to it, but that nobody is using. And what they're doing is the counties are doing something called the community economic development. Look that up. Community economic development.
For sustainability.
Yes.
And they are issuing corporations who want to do something for the local community. They're issuing the land to them because nobody's using it.
And that'll be under the assigns on your land patent. See, that's kind of like a red, kind of like some red tape in there. Like the hairs and assigns is on some people's land patents. It's on some of my land patents, hairs and assigns. And so people have been
also put
assigning
into law too, Goddess. Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom. Keep going.
No, so people have been assigned our land illegally. Now, some of our land patents, like the one I showed tonight, it ain't no assigns. And so if people on the land, they just on the illegally because it's supposed to be the hairs. It's just you got to look at the language on the land patent. A lot of states are different. So some states there are no assigns, period. In some states there are assigns, and those states where there are assigns, these people are just running amok on this land. They really are.
Yes, absolutely. I was just gonna say, they have created statutes, codes, ordinances. They've also created some stuff within the federal government that allows them through eminent domain to create assigns to it as well. So it's definitely a lot of shit that happened, but the best thing to do is definitely find the land patent. And I've been trying to let people know the best way to not fight with these assholes is find the vacant land and mark your shit off. Because they cannot fuck with you. If they have something to say, you got the land patent. And they better be happy that's all you did was mark the vacant part off.
Yeah.
Like if y'all need an example, do y'all see these big ass Berkshire Hathaway for sale signs on all over y'all land and shit? You need signs like that, literally. You literally need signs like that. You see Berkshire Hathaway have them, Coldwell Banker have them, like all these people have these big ass signs literally sticking on y'all land. Like
that should bring a fire under your behind and get the cracker lacking. I have some information to share. The book 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. Remember that $250,000 book?
Oh.
Well, I talked to the owner. He's selling it for $25. He's in Stone Mountain, Georgia. I put the link to get the book. It's $25. He's not charging taxes or nothing. And I put his address to order the book. And it's $25. The 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. They were selling it for $250,000 back then.
That's one book you want to have. Yes, that's a good one.
I'm sorry, baby.
I also wanted to say I have a lady who I work with out here, and me and her are always talking because her family's from Mississippi, and so she was like, "Yeah, my daughter, she a Indian now," and I'm like, "What you talking about? You sound retarded." And she's like, I don't know what she did, but they gave her some money and they paid off her student loans for her and everything. And I was like, how much money did they give her? And she was like, they gave her $6,000. And I was like, that's it?
Wow.
So I said, well, who did she go to? Like, what did she do? And she's like, I don't know. You're going to have to ask her. So I'm going to find out what she did and who she went to. But yeah, it was just interesting. I was like, so your daughter's Indian, but you're not. She was like, my grandmama had long ponytails and blah blah blah, and I always thought that we were Indian. She told us we were, and I was like, so you are too. You are too. You are.
People scared to say it, man. Right. People scared to say it, man. It's like the unspoken rule. Like, oh, don't say it. We are, but don't say it. Man, you better say it to get this money, to get your land back, to get your shit back. You better say it.
Exactly. And all them elders would say, like them really old people, well, I think I'm kin to Indians. They're thinking they're talking about the natives.
Yeah, they think, yeah.
Yeah, I got that in me. Well, I'm like, you are. They probably came over here and intermingled with you.
Absolutely.
They have, and we've been doing it for eons, y'all. And, you know, I'll be the first one to say, I got a little nephew. My sister had a baby with a little Mexican dude. And the baby came out with green eyes and sandy blonde hair. And his skin is very pale. And so when we talk about the lineage, when you look at his grandpa, he darker than dark.
Mm-hmm.
His grandma, his great grandma, last name Smith, Williams, Freeman, all from the South, been there all this time in Georgia and Alabama. Mm-hmm. So we have to keep that in mind, that, you know, we're not gonna engage in incest, okay? We're not gonna fuck each other. We are gonna fuck other people and have babies outside of our family, right? And so because of that, you do have people with the lineage that don't look dark skinned. And so we have to be mindful of that, you know. I always tell people, you have to be careful who you pick as your enemy, because you can become them. That was a saying that an elder told me a long time ago, and it's always stuck with me. Be careful who you choose as your enemy, because you will become them.
And you know what? Piggybacking off that, sister.
Wow.
Our ancestors, a lot of our ancestors, I mean, as early as the mid 1900s, a lot of them was very careful with who they married. A lot of them was literally arranging marriages. You know, I don't know how we got out of that practice, but even my grandparents, my granddad, the Homer that I put in cookies, he was sent to marry my grandmother. So it's something that some of these tribes weren't mixing, or some of these people, maybe it wasn't tribes, or some of these nations weren't admixing as much as we think they were.
Right. I don't think all of them were friendly with the pale skinned folks, but some of them were, you know. And then, like, with my family from, you know, my Jackson family up north, before after the Jackson family married into the Briscoe family. And when I look at the Briscoe family, I've actually found something called the Briscoe Mounds in Illinois. And so I'm like, dang, and that side of my family married my great-great-grandfather from Portugal. And so it's like, and he's a very dark-skinned brother. And
it was Jacksons?
My great-grandmother, her name was Sarah Jackson. She married Joshua Briscoe. Joshua, her name became Sarah Briscoe. Okay. And then when they had my great-great-grandmother, Violet Briscoe, she had my great-grandmother, Edith, and she was a Goncalves, because her father was from Portugal. So She
Wow.
became she went from Jackson to Bristol to Goncalves. And then from Goncalves, she married a Russell. And I don't know if you know about that Richard B. Russell Federal Building down there in Georgia, but I was like, how the fuck this cracker got my goddamn last name? I don't like this shit.
Absolutely.
You know? So you have so much name switching going on. But I'm a yield for a second because I got somebody walking up to my vehicle that I gotta speak to real quick. So I'm gonna yield and let you build on the Jacksons because they was literally all over the place.
They were, and these were very tall people. You know, these people were mound builders. Like, these are direct descendants of what you call mound builders. And if you look at most of their affiliations, a lot of them were stone masons and brick masons. You know, I mean, we have to take another look at this stuff with a different set of eyes, you know, because as much as we want to say, as much I am Janese Rainstorm, this is me talking. Janese was saying that earlier. This is me talking, babe. As much as we want to say the Masons are corrupt, they're corrupt now. You know, that's because we let them come in and take over our ancestors' organization. They corrupt everything. Everything is corrupt now. You know, but what were these people trying to protect? What was these men trying to protect? You know. So yeah, that Jackson family. It's a rumor that says it's two sides of the Jacksons family. It's two sets of Jacksons. Well, the set of Jacksons that I just told y'all about tonight, they were Hebrew. And they're finding these people artifacts over in Arizona right now. Same place where they found those so-called Egyptian sarcophaguses. And in the late 1800s, they found the Jacksons artifacts over near the Little Grand Canyon, over near Stewart County and all that area. So, oh man,
You got a lot of Jacksons down here in Louisiana too.
Yes, definitely. They have a Jackson Street, Jackson Avenue.
It's a whole Jackson County here that they call Holy Land in Georgia. Literally, the Jackson County here in Georgia is considered Holy Land to this day.
Yes, and all of our families had Jackson, Williams, and Washington in them. All of our family members in Louisiana, definitely. But you were talking about protection, goddess, and they have one brother that eventually I want to invite on our panel. His name is Cherokee King Yahshua. This brother is powerful. He is very powerful because he knows how to make the weapons. Do 3D printing.
Wow.
So if we have, I know we have the show going on, how it's going, but if ever y'all want to invite this brother up to speak, I'm telling you, I was impressed by what he was saying because he knows it's about protection. It's about protection now.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because we do need gun manufacturers. We need all of that. We got people to teach gun. I know I have a few guys, but we need guys all over America, like strategic. And this is not going to be hard to do because it's not going to be hard to do. But making guns, that's a whole different ballgame.
Right. Something you said stuck in my mind when you said we need to be in the air. We need more flyers, man. Just like, I was thinking about that the whole while. You know what? We really do. We really do.
Yeah.
So, hey, y'all, I hear y'all talking about some warrior shit. So, I was talking to a few good men. Are y'all laughing at me?
Yes, I love it too.
Look, how you talking about some warrior shit. So,
get information real quick. So, I was talking to a few good men, and they like, hey, can you help me buy some land? And I'm like, look now, I'm trying to help y'all not have to buy no land. So could y'all just chill for a second, please?
Period. Just chill
for
out
a second. until this shit is cracked wide the fuck open, and I'll give you your designation. Go sit down in the corner. So look now, we got a lot of people who are, you know, they really, the people that I talk to who, you know, are into security, private security, stuff like that, you know, they are really good people who just want peace in this motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But if it can't be no peace, they gonna wipe your ass the fuck out.
Yeah, well.
And there's another platform that somebody that I was talking to has been spying on, and I need to figure out what the fuck the link to that shit is, because they talking about putting anthrax in the fucking air in certain areas to wipe us out.
That might be on that might be. I think I saw something like that on Telegram.
Well, the gag for me is, y'all know COVID in the air too, but ain't no birds dead, ain't no dogs dead, ain't no cats dead. The goddamn ants still alive and thriving. So how are we dying from some shit that the animals ain't even dying from? You mean to tell me a bird immune system is stronger than mine, and I got the oldest goddamn DNA on the planet?
That part.
I said the same thing in my head. That part.
The birds just thriving with COVID in the air. Like, they ain't got to wear no mask or nothing. Just thriving out there.
Flying. The bees too. The bees and the butterflies.
Yeah.
That's
they having a good time. We sit here with condoms strapped to our face. I ain't seen no dead cat or dog yet.
That part.
Than pandemics, you'd see people dead in the streets. It would be an issue to like have to bury people because people are sick. We're not going through nothing crazy to this point where they're trying to they're lying.
Mm-hmm. Facts, the American errors. You're told you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Sister Liryca, did you say anything about the Sunday call for people who have land patents?
I did not, because the last we talked, you said, wait, don't say nothing yet. So I ain't say nothing.
Right. Because I didn't want the sister to get completely overwhelmed. But if you have a land patent, if you found your land patents and you have a trust set up, then this will be a call for you.
You can start getting it together, baby.
But if you don't have your trust set up, this is not a call for you. Mm-hmm. So if you have your land patent and you have a trust set up, we are having a call.
What time? 8 Central or 8:30 Central?
It's 8:30 Central.
8:30 Central, and are we using the same link? Oh, can I have a bite?
It's the same. My Zoom call. If y'all ever been on a Zoom that said Miss Walker invited you, it's the same calling number. And this sister has 640 acres of land patents. She did a notice on the public record through the almost ran over a rabbit. You better hurry up and cross the goddamn street.
Not the choke fee.
I can't hit no animals, y'all. I promise you.
Not the choke fee.
So yeah, she did the notice in the newspaper. It's called legal notice in the newspaper. She did that, and she she secured her land patent under her trust, and what also worked in her favor, was the fact that the land patent actually had her last name on it as well. Her grandfather had the same last name as her, and so it was
Miss Walker, you breaking up. You breaking up, sis.
And that's so awesome, because if you have your information on your birth records that's matched to your patents, that's amazing.
Yes, it is.
You got like bingo.
Yep.
And I think that, can y'all hear me okay?
You breaking up. That's what I was just texting you to tell you were breaking up.
Oh shit.
Okay, we heard all
I
shit
got
pretty.
Verizon.
We heard all shit great.
That part.
I got Verizon. Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now, sis. We can hear you now. The network is working.
We can hear you.
Okay. And so she put the notice in the newspaper. She gave, legal notice, letting everybody know, hey, this is my shit, and I'm taking back control over it. Nobody rebutted it. That serves as legal notice. And then she also, perfected the deed. And she also acquired an abandoned house that was on there, and she has the deed to it.
Got to redeed it.
And not only does she have a deed, but she got the motherfucking keys.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
There you go.
Right.
So all you motherfuckers who talk about the land patents don't work.
Real fucking simple.
For all you raggedy motherfuckers talking about the land patents don't work. There you go. Proof in the pudding.
Real goddamn
say nothing else.
And
but no, that ain't it, Liryca. Because you can tell them that, you can tell them all that, but until you invite them to your house for a party, they ain't gonna be that.
Guess what? They ain't getting invited. That's the thing. You there's a special type of you a special type of person if you getting a invite like that. If you ain't shooting in the fucking gym, every time I try to throw my shot, you throwing your ball at my ball. Nigga,
right.
You ain't getting no invitation.
Your ball trying to knock my ball out the back.
You ain't getting no invitation. Now, if you standing at the goal waiting on my shit to come, if it ain't hit the goal and you catch my shit and throw that shit back up, then you invited. But if you got your ball throwing your shit at my ball, fuck you. I can't deal with you.
I love that, Liryca. I love that analogy.
That's the perfect analogy, boy.
I love
my
it.
God.
Copper Empress, you not sleep on I saw you, my baby.
Hoping I went to sleep.
No, she ain't sleep.
Y'all tripping tonight. Y'all over here. Y'all can't be telling my secret now. Y'all can't be telling when I'm quiet, I'm dozing, but I ain't even dozing tonight.
We need you tonight.
Wake your ass up.
I was eating because I hadn't ate nothing, so I was eating.
Oh, all right,
yeah, y'all know I was already fired up this morning. Then I had to call Liryca to calm me down because I was ready to tell that motherfucker take that goddamn his mammy should have took the umbilical cord and choked his ass to death with the motherfucker.
Oh Lord.
One less dumb motherfucker running around here on the planet.
Lord. Cherokee King Yashua said, get into 3D printing. It's ancient tech and you can 3D print houses. I have a contractor who knows all about 3D printing houses who's going to do a Zoom with my children because they 3D printing with a little 3D printer. And so I want them to get more understanding on how to do it with the big one. So if y'all have children and y'all want them on this call with this contractor to learn more about 3D printing houses, because we're going to get one.
How sturdy are they is what my question is.
It's very sturdy.
Oh, very sturdy.
They 3D print and sheetrock and all that?
Oh, girl, they build it with like Hempcrete cement. It'd be beautiful. Yes. Me and my king was watching that. We couldn't believe it. We was like, that is a 3D goddamn house.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
Built with the computer. I mean, but it's more sturdy. Like it definitely protects you with the weatherization. It's amazing. I'm like, God damn.
And we need to teach our babies how to get on this Ancestry and Genie and family search and do this genealogy, because they could be making this cash app while we doing some other shit.
Exactly.
Absolutely correct.
Exactly. Just get them the name to look for. Once they see the little clues on it. Is this your relative?
Chief Janese, you're going to teach that class, okay? I nominate you.
You gonna I cuss too much, baby. Let me teach the adults right now.
You think these children don't hear cussing? You
did a good job tonight, Janese.
Thank you.
I know you was on your best. I seen your angel wings, girl.
You did.
Yeah.
Girl, Chief Janese had me with a little tip.
Thank you.
Yes.
You have my heart, because we try so hard, we work so hard to show our people who they are, and there's so many people that know, but there's so many people that's fighting us, and it's just depressing sometimes. But I mean, I have beautiful relatives around me. I can never get depressed. But I'm saying it's enough to make a person go through that.
Yeah, I used to get depressed, Chief. Now I'm more angry. And I'm more like, fuck you and the bloodline you come from. Because, nigga, if you ain't got it by now, you never will get it. I'm not finna beg you niggas to go look up your own ancestors to dig up what belongs to you. I can't do that. I'm not finna walk y'all niggas to your goddamn computer. I'm not finna walk y'all to the archives. I'm not finna do any of that. That's your bloodline. If you believe that a DNA gonna trace you to a fucking landmass and not the damn people, more power to your dumb ass.
Oh, yeah. Anybody who's in Louisiana or New Orleans this Sunday, they are renaming Congo Square and putting it under the Choctaw.
For real?
What? Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, girl. Oh yeah, that's what I want. My bad. Cause Sunday is very important with these Zooms, but that's what I'm glad you brought that up, Mama, because your girl gonna be speaking. Like I'm going, and
that's what's up.
Talk to our people.
You ain't gonna tell us that?
Let me tell y'all the experience I had down there in Congo Square 2 years ago for my birthday. I went down there, me and my daughter. It was Mardi Gras. They had old pale skin and a couple other pale skin that was in his so they was touring, and he was like, giving the fake history because it wasn't the real history. So me and my daughter was standing there. Y'all know that wall right there of they try to say those are Congolese, but you can look at them and tell them they are people. And he was standing there in front of the wall, and he said, "Yeah, these are the Congolese. They came over from the Congos, and they built this community over here." I said, "You's a lie." And there was some people standing beside me that looked like us, sitting there listening to him tell them this story of how these people from out of Africa came over here and built that up down there. I said, "Those are American Indians." I said, "And y'all are fool to keep letting these people come over here from another country to tell y'all who y'all are." My daughter was like, "Mama, come on here, oh Lord."
So they renaming it Choctaw?
We gonna get with the guy who does the signs and stuff. It's a big old thing going on down here, y'all. So the Mahalia Jackson,
that's my relative, by the way.
Ours too. Remember we talked about this. That's why I say, "Hey, cousin."
Yeah, that's my relative.
That's my cousin. Mm-hmm. But so the city of New Orleans, quote unquote, is trying to take the city hall and move their city hall into the Mahalia Jackson. Is it the Mahalia Jackson Theater? Oh yeah. Hey, Ted.
Yeah, the auditorium. The auditorium.
My people are they're literally scared to say who they are. Be proud of who you are. So first of all, you were proud to call yourself Black. You were proud to call yourself African American, and God knows how many other misnomers you'd have been proud of. Be proud that you're American Indian.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with it. You saw what Janese found on her patent, an Indian. They didn't say anything else. They said an Indian. So how derogatory the term may be, they still are classifying the original people as that.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. And like I said, that's Hebrew land.
How you go?
I'm talking about pulling artifacts out the land, like finding all kind of swords and pyramids and shit over there in Arizona, all kind of petroglyphs, hieroglyphs in Hebrew on that Arizona land. So you mean to tell me the Indians own the Hebrew land? Now what the fuck is really going on?
And just think about it, y'all. What comes before the Indian? It says American. Everybody else has Native American, European American. That's letting you know they're not from the land. And what from the fucking land.
Exactly. And what Christopher Columbus, when he came over here, is in his documents, the people were speaking what they call Hebrew. Now he hit Haiti. Now they were speaking Hebrew in Haiti, Hebrew artifacts up in America, in Haiti. Hebrew artifacts in America, speaking Hebrew in America. I on one of my lives, I broke down the Jackson name in Hebrew. It means Yahweh. Jackson. It means Yahweh. I broke that down on one of my lives.
That's what's up.
And then that was before I saw where the researchers were pulling this, Hebrew stuff out of the land. That was before the Arizona land patents. I wasn't even working on that. I was working on the Oklahoma, look, this is we are special people. Yes. We are really special.
Yes, we are.
And that's why they didn't want us to learn how to read. That was the biggest reason why.
Because we could read. We knew how to read. We spoke different languages.
Yeah.
Goddess, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about globally or in all of the United States, and not everybody, but the folks in the South, my people, they barely could read.
They were reading a different language. They were reading Muskogee and Choctaw.
I'm talking about recent. I'm talking about like my great granny that was from she was a washerwoman, and she did, and on the census it said reads on a 3rd grade level.
But that's 3rd grade English.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the cursing.
And that's what I'm saying. A person who reads on a 3rd grade level cannot read a land patent and know what the fuck that is. That's what I'm saying.
A lot of people don't understand. They was graduating. It didn't take 12 years for you to graduate back then. Most of the time they was coming out of school graduating in the 6th grade. A lot of them.
And when I people found out that indoctrination that was going on in these schools, they start pulling their kids out of these schools.
Yeah,
that's why one of my granddads had like a 3rd grade education. You know what I'm saying? But he worked for the Department of Transportation as well. So he was a 3rd grade education, but that doesn't mean he was illiterate. He just wasn't reading their language. He was reading.
Right.
He was a full-blooded Creek Indian, so he was reading Muskogee.
Was our language. English was one of our languages.
Right. Actually, Cyril's grandmother spoke only patois.
Patois, exactly. They were speaking patois. But Empress, this English has been changed over the years. We was probably reading more so Old English.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This new English shit is what they were being taught in the schools. It's a difference, It's a real big difference because Old English is closer to Latin or Old Frank.
See, like my granddad, my mom said, my granddad and them he used to help them. He graduated in the 5th grade, but he was teaching them algebra and fraction and stuff. So you telling me that a lot of times you wasn't getting all that when you was in the 5th and 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, actually, so
things was more advanced then, didn't it? They started dumbing us down first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Cyril was saying that it was Germanic.
It was German. There you go. There you go. It was old Frank. It was old. There was trade languages.
Yes.
And so those old Germans, so-called Germans, were here. Them was our people. You know what I'm saying? That was their language and stuff. So
don't say that, girl, honey. You'll have people around. They teaching that the Germans came out of America.
And all that paperwork stuff, all the documents that they was, using to usurp the land, that was never part of how we conducted things. The indigenous way, and this is coming from Cloud Rainbow Walker River Clan. It's not coming from me. He said we traveled with the animals. We traveled, we went all up and down the Mississippi River. That's why you'll see mounds all up and down the Mississippi River, because we always travel. We go to our cousins over here and visit auntie and uncle and stay for a while over here. We didn't live the way that we're living now.
I think we did, sister. I think certain clans of people were moving. When you're talking about tradesmen, they had to move. Merchants,
right?
They had to move. But there were people, high kings and high queens. There were priests, high priests, like I read on the brochure. Like those people were stationary for the most part. That's why.
I want to say
those people weren't leaving. They weren't leaving a lot of these places. They was protecting them. They were stationary. You had judges. You had council houses. Like those people weren't moving; they were stationary.
Yes.
Well, they have homes, but what I would say is that yes, they're stationary, but still, we'd still have vacation time.
Powwow,
You know,
sure.
We moved around.
We're gonna go spend summertime over here for a little bit, but people would come back home for sure, and that's why they, you know, that's how a lot of these so-called white folks stole these towns.
Yes, because when they came back home, yes,
right, and they would call it abandoned. They'll be like, "Oh, that's just a little abandoned town. It wasn't abandoned. We just was, you know,
this
at our summer."
We went on a powwow and came back and everything was gone. Look, I don't think
you'd be like, "Who is
what in the Three Little Bears?"
Yes, Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Sorry.
We went on vacation, came back, and there's a bitch laying in our bed.
But also they came in these towns with guns too. And you know, they start confiscating weapons from the Negro, just like they start confiscating gold. They was confiscating weapons just like they trying to do now. And then they start See, these people work in the 100-year rotations. Like they, if you don't know history, they will be repeated on your ass if you don't know. You know,
that's facts.
They try to move on it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are.
But it ain't gonna work now because we got the same artillery.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a question, Goddess, because you said you was researching the Washington. Did you find anything about Empress Verdiachi, the Empress from the Washita?
I did find. I was kind of looking up her story, but I was not researching the Washingtons with her in mind. She's kind of a special case. I have been looking at some of the stuff that was online about her, but seems like everything that I'm finding online about her is coming from the Moorish people. So I don't know. I would like to know her Aboriginal family, because with the Moorish, you don't know what's real and what's fake. You know, it's just I don't know with them. I have
copies of signed documents by her. I paid $100 for this book.
I would love to see that.
Is that Return of the Ancient Ones?
You got it. It's called The First World Order.
Okay. She penned several books, but
I do have that one too.
She was getting the land back for the Aborigines of Louisiana and wherever else she was from. Mm-hmm. She took it back from the French. They had French land patents, and she won the case. And I think it was over 1 million acres of land.
Yep.
In that book,
it's so important that we understand. Go ahead.
In that book, she sent out the one that you're getting. It speaks on like different in Moors and everything, because we had got the print out of it. Mm-hmm. So, it's gonna speak on the more. It's not just. It's gonna speak on everything. It's gonna speak on a lot of things.
I want people to understand.
I would love to see that, because it's. I was trying to break down one time the Paris Peace Agreement that came out of the Louisiana Purchase, and it's so imperative that people know that France was over here first. And so when you're dealing with a lot of land records,
can you speak up, Janese? Because I want people to hear exactly what you just said.
When I was breaking down the Louisiana Purchase and the Paris Peace Agreement that came out of that Louisiana Purchase, all of these Paris treaties that are still on the books to this day, they're renamed. It's so important for people to know that France was over here first. That Frank. That's why a lot of indigenous people, especially Choctaw, they spoke this Frank language, and a lot of other tribes, the Illinois, a lot of these tribes, they spoke a language called Frank, even down to Haiti. They spoke this old Frank language, because France was actually over here first before it was cross seas. So when you're dealing with land records, the French house a lot of our indigenous land records. And so what y'all telling me about Empress Verdiasi and dealing with the French when it comes to her land records. I believe that part because I know that France is housing a lot of our records.
Yes,
a lot
it
of them.
is. Yes, and we may have to sue them to get our records back and to get most of our stuff that they stole from here.
Everybody did. Great Britain, Germany. I got a cache of records from Russia back in 2019. You know, all kind of documents. You know, I was finding out about the birch trees and all of these different woods that were indigenous to America and how they were moved over to certain. It is so much that it's like these countries came to America and each one of them took a piece of our ancestors' shit and they housed it in their country and then they turned it into something. That's just how well oiled the machine was over here. The whole world during the Civil War came and took the machine apart. And then World War I and World War II was literally a battle over our shit. Especially World War I. You had the newly formed Germany over here fighting other countries over our artifacts. Go back and look at World War I. They was fighting over artifacts and gold. 3 treasure convoys from Georgia over to the new Great Britain.
Yep. That's why the Dresden Codex was in Dresden, Germany. That codex that's dealing with the Mayan calendar. That's how they was able to start predicting the future of shit, because they had that Mayan calendar that they brought it over to Germany.
And they still use it, sister. They still use it in China. Chinese use that Mayan calendar and they created their own shit. They created a spinoff of the Mayan calendar. The Chinese did. They still use it to this day. Yeah. And they it's like they all came over here and took bits and pieces of our shit, took it back to their countries, and they've been thriving off of it this whole time.
And we lost it. That's why we lost everything.
Yeah, we lost everything because it took the whole world to literally come beat up our ancestors during the Civil War. And that's why I tell people, hey, go back and look at this time frame. It didn't take them long to do it, but it was a concerted effort of them doing it. You had whole brigades of troops for the Union Army that were for a whole brigade of foreign troops. You mean to tell me them niggas came over to America to free the slaves? They's living like slums in their little part of the world. But they came over here to free the slaves. No, they came over here because they was on a mission. They was on a mission to dismantle this American kingdom. That's what they was doing. And they succeeded. And then Reconstruction started. And then they start pulling all these kings and queens out the land. And then the Egyptian government was created. And then Antiquities was created. All of that was created in the late 1800s. And then they've been moving shit and parading our ancestors around ever since.
Yes.
I
have found a page within this book that came out of her book. The Return of the Ancient Ones. It's a little paragraph, and then it also has her dedications with her bloodline with the different last names. If y'all want
Joe Washington.
Yes, please.
I talked to Joe. Yeah.
Please read it.
It says, "We are the Aborigines, or as Lewis and Clark called us, the black and brown bushy-headed original inhabitants of North America. The Washita and Tunica families carry the imperial bloodline. The Return of the Ancient Ones, page 40, written by Her Highness the Empress Verdiachi Tierra Washita, Washington, Tunica, Turner, Gaston L. Bay. The Empress Verdiachi Washita, Washington, Tunica, Turner, Gaston L. Bay has also stated that 85% of the so-called Negroes, branded blacks and colors in America, Amuraka, Almexum Almorak, are descendants of this empirical bloodline. The other 15% recently came within the last 400 years." Oh, you fine, got us. The other 15% of these niggas came within the last 400 years or so. We were all classified as Africans. Our land was stolen and we were enslaved, lynched, castrated, and dehumanized. Many of us may have heard that branded blacks were descended from African kings, Negus, queens, Nagas. Nabi Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali, also known as Prophet Noble Drew Ali, stated, The Moors are the offsprings of kings and queens. According to We Are the Washita, the true story of the first inhabitants of American African Moors by Umar Ali states the Washita and Tunica families carry the imperial bloodline. After the U.S. came into our land, these names were altered to Washington and Turner.
There you go.
And the dedication of the book, it says, in honor of the Most High God, and this is from Empress Verdiachi. This book is dedicated to my only son, Mr. Frederick Joe Washington. Grandchildren, Frederick N. Washington and Wendy Farika Washington, who is now the
She
Empress.
is now the Empress, yes.
And Eric Washington. Sisters' names were Matilda Frances Butler and Katie Lillian Robertson. Brother's name is Esom Joe Turner Washington. Nephews' names were Albert Charles Gray, Fred Elbert Washington, and Michael Washington. Nieces Annie Laverne Washington, Linda Butler, Monica Wafer, and Harriet Huddleston. Grandnephews' names were Albert Charles Gray III, Marty Mills, which I have Mills in my family, Michael Mills, and her grandnieces were Catherine Evelyn Riley, Angela Michelle Gray, Monique Wafer, Stephanie Thornton, Bobby Jean Goodjoint, Janelle G. Johnson, and her great-grandchildren, Erica Monet Gray, and Ashley Laverne Claiborne, the descendants of Annie Turner Washington and Fred Houston Washington, my paternal grand Isham Washington, Delphia Kim Washington, and my maternal grand Joe Henry Turner and Matilda M. Turner. So if you got them Turners and them Washingtons, you are royal.
But it's so crazy because those are even the only royals. It's so many.
No, it is. The Jones is the royals.
Jones, Stewart, Jackson. I told you what Jackson translated.
Williams, they're the royals.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like
She said 85% of the so-called Negroes branded as black are descendants of the imperial bloodline.
Actually, I'm looking at a patent right now for Morehouse Parish, Louisiana, which is Monroe, which is Washita Territory, for 160 acres.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people you got to listen to the vibration of words because Washita and Shata is the same damn thing.
Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Son Owl, who wrote that book about the Negroes? What's the author's name?
His name is I have it right here. Hold on, guys. His name is Wanasta Kana. P. Canyon. Yeah, his name is Canyon. Kanyon. But Wanstachana.
I put it in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, P. Canyon, and it's for $25. I talked to him personally because I wasn't paying no $250,000.
No, that's how we wound up printing. We got it printed out and was sharing it with everybody.
Yeah. Somebody said I could share it. She was talking to Chief Betty. Said I could share it, but I'd rather buy it from him for $25.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've been read that book live.
Right.
That's what we was doing, y'all. We was like doing bills every night on it over on Chief Holiday Channel.
And
that sound about right.
And they also went to the United Nations too, y'all. The indigenous people's contributions to humanity, past and present, they were recognized as the oldest indigenous people of the land, literally of the world, actually.
Yeah, because the oldest, that's right. That's
my
right.
cousin Chado Paz said we all come from the Washita.
We
That's
do.
Right.
She said 85%.
We all come from them, so who right?
The oldest artifacts come from over here. Look, they pull it. The reason why these archaeologists, these geologists, all these people, they use America literally as a scavenger hunt. Like, y'all got to follow these people. They're not going in other places in the world digging up land trying to find royals because they know ain't no royals over there. The oldest people are over here. That's why they're parading all these kings and royal people around like right now. Like these are our people. We're just not claiming them. It's just like we got these people out there by themselves, you know, just being paraded around. And
got them claiming them, and they ass ain't even been here that long. That's the problem.
Yeah,
they run around here claiming your ancestors. These people literally digging the people up and talking about that this is a pale skin. I got a video today where he's a whole pale skin talking about he got the oldest DNA in America. I said, what?
How dare
how,
these people?
nigga? Like how?
I'm just. You can't make the dumb shit up. You
These
ain't even
people
been
are
around that long to
sick.
have the oldest DNA.
They sick, bro. Like
And they
really
make up shit. That's the thing. They're such liars. I mean,
Yeah.
liars. Jeez, and some of us are following right behind them. We're telling lies.
Yeah.
Because they white, and it's like if white person tell you something, then that verifies some shit. You know?
Exactly. We have to have their ass to verify everything that's being taught. No matter they came here and slaughtered the so-called Indians, and they so-called brought your ass from Africa, and now y'all think these motherfuckers got the Holy Grail.
Man, this
it
stuff
ain't truth. They ain't said it. It's sickening. It's real sickening at this point.
It is. Hey, Liryca, you might have quiet up there. You ain't put out no video or nothing. My God.
Well, y'all been running it, man. I ain't have to pull out the
pull out one video.
No conspiracy, no so-called conspiracies today.
I actually, you already come locked and loaded. Don't play with me, God.
Hey, I'm God. I can play with you. I'm just trying to see what's going on, Liryca.
You already know I come
Liryca, do
Liryca, I know you saw what the little the situation where the God, what's his guy name? The Asian guy was lying on the little teenage black boy.
Girl, yes, I saw that. I'm like, and all of a sudden his ass couldn't speak motherfucking English.
Exactly.
I said, boy, these people here is something fucking else.
They something special, boy.
They something else, bro. I did have, hold up, let me go to my email because I did have something I wanted to show y'all how these people think we stupid. These people think we dumb. They think we stupid.
The sad part is our people think we stupid. They don't think we know a goddamn thing.
And to be honest, a lot of people are not ready for the work. They don't know this took people.
That's a fact. What the hell?
Could y'all hear that?
Here you go. What they say, Liryca? Lord, you had to come out the box with dead bodies like this? You couldn't ease up.
Wait, Janese, just I'm about to let it rip and just watch. You about to crack the fuck up.
My life be like, yeah. My life be like, yeah.
No, they did it.
Bro, what in the world?
Are you trying to tell me these gonna be dead bodies and they wrapped in plastic?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm telling you.
But this nigga has to have a smoke break.
Crisis actors.
So definitely crisis act. The buddy.
So you telling me that the dead body had to have a fucking smoke break in between him pretending to be dead?
That nigga was taking him above. You saw that?
I'm done.
These people something else, boy. They something special, I tell you.
They think we special too, because they think sort of to pull this kind of craziness, and a lot of people is following that shit.
Yes. People don't know
that the mass. You don't know how many people have died. That's how many. Hey.
This nigga's laying up there in between them, fixing the body, smoking the damn cigarette.
They say, "Hey, can't get him one in."
yeah. He know it was gonna be a long day.
God, boy, these people something else, y'all.
Bad shit. It's good to be alive, though, y'all. I swear it is, because we had uncovered so much shit, and people think we crazy. Y'all niggas is crazy.
Them crackers ain't ready for the thunder and lightning that's about to come down on their ass. They are not ready. They are not ready, but they better get fucking ready.
Yeah, they better.
That's why I'm really excited that you put together the group, the Allodial National. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I get it right.
Allodial Nation.
The Allodial Nations Confederacy, baby.
You definitely got the organizer type of mind. We was talking about the 5 different types of minds.
Yes.
Yep.
The Confederacy was the shit. What's this Allodial Nation? The Allodial Nations.
Why you sound like Charlie Brown teacher,
Liryca, you just start breaking up.
You sound like Charlie Brown teacher.
I'm sorry, y'all can't hear me. Hello.
What's better?
Hello. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
You want pedicure? You want what you want? You want
Go pick out your polish. Go pick out your polish.
You pick your color. You pick your color.
I'll do your nice.
Y'all going there.
You want eyebrow arch?
Come sit down and do it for you.
What about you mustache? What about you mustache? You want your mustache? What about your mustache?
Oh no.
You want arrow with that?
Liryca, you ain't no good, bro.
Yo, I mean, y'all was saying I was over here sleeping. So I had to
Cyril said somebody in the chat asked, was that a zombie smoking a cigarette?
It was either supposed to be a dead body or something, but he was doing something like
he was trying to smoke it. He was trying to smoke him one before the cameras come. It's gonna be a long day. Be a long day. Coffee shop said, no, I don't want no duck sauce.
I do have a you know what, Rick Ross? We had a private conversation about this. He said, y'all never seen a Chinese funeral. I really think they eat their dead. I don't give nobody see.
They do, bro. Like
I ain't never seen them. And hell, the damn pale skin, he dropped dead today, he's buried tomorrow. Ain't y'all ever asked yourself why that?
Cause they be turning in the damn, I don't know. I don't know, but they got to get in the ground quick. Check this out, y'all. Check this out though. I got me a little theory. I got me a good little theory.
Somebody give it a drum roll. Drum roll.
Y'all know our ancestors was wrapping their bodies, mummy wrapping to preserve themselves, right? And so archaeologists and all these people are able to pull them out of the ground, so-called preserved, right? But look at how we're buried. You can keep our body out 2 weeks out. We're still preserved too, because when they bury us, we get buried in gloves. We cover, everything is covered from head to toe, except our face. So we're preserved too. Mummy wrap wasn't nothing but tobacco leaf. So it's not like it was something like super special. So what if these people are because they're still tracing the royals. What if they're pulling people out the ground still to this day and parading them around like this some kind of 2,000-year-old body?
Oh my God.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I don't put nothing past these people.
Nothing.
That's my little theory, because that was a very lavish parade they had over there right as the Suez Canal was unblocked.
James Brown body went over 2 or 3 months.
What Baba Cyril say?
Somebody said in the chat, James Brown body went on.
What did he say?
James Brown body went on tour for 3 months.
It did. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They be touring. It's only us that they do this out. They don't tour no crackers around like ever.
Right.
Omega.
Hell no.
Why would
they? They get them back in the ground quicker. They don't want you to see them go back into nigga mode.
Or you be hearing about them, they be burying their folks the next day. They don't want to.
Yeah, they don't want you to see it.
Get up to the cast like, What nigga is this for? I'm at? No, that's your pappy.
Right.
Okay, so I'm
what's going
finna.
on in the chat? Cyril said Gretchen Ham said her grandfather's still missing.
Mine is too. My great grandfather missing, but he had the Smithsonian. He had the Smithsonian. But I'm telling you, they is digging. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no protections around our graveyards, y'all. We didn't put no protect. Only thing we got to protect these dead bodies now is these bullets. Now that we know the truth, these crackers, they go dig around these graves. You gonna get these bullets.
They using our people for fossil fuel right now.
They giving grants for that too, y'all. They giving grants to what do you call it? What was it? Not architects, archaeologists.
Yeah.
We already doing it. We just ain't getting no goddamn grant for it.
We already farming. They got grants for
literally. Our people really don't know that they literally super niggas. They super Negroes. They don't even know it. That if it wasn't for them, this planet won't exist.
It really won't. And you know what? You know what, Sister Elizabeth Warren tried to, and you know, we weren't really paying her attention because she was a fake Pocahontas or whatever. But she was trying to hold the gas companies accountable for using bodies as fossil fuel. Like I literally was supposed to talk about that like a long time ago. But I think I brought it up. But I want to get all the way in depth with what Elizabeth Warren was trying to do when she was running for president. But when she figured out that the niggas, because she was at that point, she was pandering to niggas. But when she figured out that niggas didn't know what she was talking about when she was pandering to us about that fossil fuel shit, she stopped talking about it. But you can go pull up those old articles of Elizabeth Warren when she was pandering to the nigga population. She was saying, I'm going to hold fossil fuel companies accountable for the murders. Like she was saying all of that shit in her campaign speeches, bro.
Oh, that's why they couldn't have her in there.
No, boy, they weren't going to have her in there.
Now
you better not tell niggas that.
Oh, Mother, can you send me the email about the lady Facebook fact checking the lady and then she died like a week later? Google access.
I just sent it to your Proton. So.
Yeah, that's all I'm about to say. Send it to my Proton because it's getting deleted in Google.
I did. I just sent it
Lyryca.
to
Yes,
Lyryca, did you post the name of the book in the chat? Because I got somebody that want the name of the book, want the name of the author.
But Mariah said, "What the hell? Bodies is fossil fuel? Yes, babe. What are fossils? What are fossils? Go look up what are fossils.
Yep.
Yes, babe. They using it. I'm telling you,
they not using theirs. They're using ours.
You know, once we get everything up and running, you know, especially because there's power behind, you know, the unified front, we'd be able to just put our stamp on it or whatever and just say, no, you guys aren't going to be able to do this at every single time. You know what I mean? From the nation, the loyal nation. You know what I mean? You're just not going to do this.
That's
right.
And y'all, on the good news part of it, I heard that ICE is actually taking these diabolical motherfuckers over to Sudan, and they are being prosecuted for war crimes and crimes against humanity and sex trafficking, human trafficking, and adrenochrome shit. They being prosecuted in Sudan
as we speak
right
now.
That's good.
I feel like if they did it to our ancestors, we need to see these motherfuckers prosecuted. Better yet, they need what you call that damn thing where they put your head on that motherfucking chopping block and let that blade come. The gun. We need to see that.
Absolutely.
If I was to see my own people go through that, I would turn my head because I couldn't bear to see it. But to see these motherfuckers head roll, hell motherfucker, I'll watch just like they watch our ancestors hanging in trees and shit, pointing and laughing. That's how I feel right now.
And you got to think, man, they still doing it. Like I pointed out tonight, a young man was just hung here in Atlanta.
Yes, but you remember?
Are you talking about Douglas County?
Janese?
Yeah, Douglas County, babe.
Yeah.
You remember, Janese? They just hung one right there on the goddamn like by what was it? A bridge where people cross under. Another young man about 2 years ago.
Here in Atlanta.
What about the one that somebody there was one in, I don't know what county it was in Georgia. I showed it last week or week before last where the man got hung and they were trying to say the man committed suicide.
That's the one we're talking about, Goddess. That's the one I had told you about.
I understand that. But remember the guy that died in the gym and his body was stuffed with newspapers?
Yes.
Kendrick Johnson, say his name. Kendrick Johnson, say his name.
Case is reopened. I'm thinking about Marcus Coleman. He and I did a panel together. I'm still connected to him. I think I should bring him on my channel to interview, because Marcus Coleman is the one that got that case back open. He ain't no attorney or nothing, y'all. He's just a regular activist that just his heart couldn't take what happened down there. And he just kept at it. And then now that case is back open.
They've been having what they needed to lock this boy up. See, this is the thing. Why it's so intricate? Because the sheriff was involved, the coroner was involved. Yeah. The boy who killed him, daddy is an FBI agent.
Yeah.
Oh, retired FBI agent. So,
but you know what scares them, sister? You know what scares them? When a real nigga, cause Marcus Coleman, a real nigga. When the real nigga who ain't no attorney, who don't work for these motherfuckers, start speaking up. Cause that Marcus took on this shit by himself. Marcus could have been assassinated, right? He didn't give a fuck. He just kept prying, just like King Randall did with the Brian Overstreet case. It's some of these men out here, just when they hear this stuff, they not gonna stop until these cases are open and until they're tried correctly. That's all it takes. These white people are really scared of these men, for real.
But you got nigga district attorneys.
Them be coons. Them be foreigners for the most part. A lot of them be foreigners.
I'm gonna call one of them nigga district attorneys out. She a ACA over there in motherfucking DeKalb County, Sherry Boston, who put out a declaration notice about crimes and hate crimes against motherfucking Asians, and she got motherfucking niggas sitting in jail. Niggas sitting in jail for nothing. You get so many cares about motherfuckers that ain't even they foreigners.
So she on code. She basically
on code with Biden and them.
Yeah.
And then when I called up to the fucking district attorney's office, this one bitch, they ended up calling me back 2 weeks later. This bitch gonna ask me, am I such and such? And I'm like, no, but I did call you, and that's not my name. I said, what's your name? She said, I can't tell you that. I don't give out my name.
No, if you work for the government, you're supposed to tell me who you are.
Exactly. Right. So then this bitch sitting up here, I'm sitting here trying to basically tell her what I'm asking her to do, and she's telling me what she can't do. And so then I said something about y'all called this fake ass this so-called pandemic is what's causing my son to be held up. And so then she said, well, it's not a so-called pandemic, and 500,000 families don't call it a so-called pandemic. And if your so-called President Trump would have acted sooner, most of these people wouldn't have died.
That's a lie.
I'm like, bitch, you Democratic asshole, shut the fuck up.
Because a lot of people more people done died in the last 4 months than the whole of last year. Because when they're on election night, it was only 200 and something. It was like 175 to 200 and some thousand deaths. Now you done jumped up to 500,000 since this nigga Biden been in office. Now, how so many people done died in this little short period of time? Because y'all are openly killing people in these hospitals. If you go in there, you're done.
And they openly allowing the CDC to run a fucking muck around the goddamn world.
Yeah.
All happening from fucking Atlanta.
Yeah. And here's the gag. Here, sis. Ain't nobody in Atlanta in no goddamn mask. Don't nobody give a fuck about none of this coronavirus shit here. No, I mean, in the CDC here. And you walk in Atlanta, it's like nobody got on mad. The parties ain't stopped. The movie theaters ain't stopped. The big event, none of this shit has stopped here. Because there's too much money in this city as it relates to commerce. It's too much money to be made.
Did you look into South Africa having jurisdiction over Georgia? Did you look into that, sis?
What?
Yes. Look into that. South Africa has jurisdiction over Georgia, Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi.
Who land patent they done stole?
Goddess, when I'm telling you, they be making up shit. They be
just be
making
up
rules.
shit, bro.
These so-called motherfuckers in power be making up shit as they go, and they put it
The thing
in
about
law.
it, they know that the people who have the land patents don't have no protection. They understand that. They know they don't own shit, but they can say they do. They ain't got nobody to come check them about it.
And that's how they're moving these so-called South Africans. Remember the South Africans who was getting put off the land by the Aboriginals, the white South African farmers, and the Aboriginals was taking their land back. And so what they did was they had to bring them South African so-called white people to safety, and they brought them into Georgia. They are all over the place farming the land right now.
They're farming. They're farmers, huh?
They are fine. They were giving land. They were giving land grants.
Well, all I can tell the motherfuckers is hang tight. That's all I can tell them if they listening. Hang motherfucking tight. God damn it. Because smoke is coming to a city near you.
I just want to still be able to eat food. So don't kill them all, okay?
Hang motherfucking tight. I already put out a call for people with green thumb. Hang we don't need your food. We don't need shit you grow. Because your thumb ain't no way your thumbs is green. You ain't got no melanin in them. So you keep your little food. We don't want it. You keep your raisins with your potato salad with your raisins in it. Keep it.
That's if they're making fucking potato salad with raisins. They might be making fufu with raisins.
Fufu and raisins. There you go, sister.
That potato salad ain't got shit in it but some goddamn mayonnaise.
Omega Red said, I'm a farmer. And listen to this, Omega Red. Did you know it's grants out there for farmers? I was just made privy today that me running Hello Plants, I'm a farmer because I work in herbs. I had no clue. I had no clue that I was a farmer until this week.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is the new grant process. You had the land grants. Now you have grants.gov. And grants.gov has the grantors issuing to the grantees. And so we have to, a lot of people say, well, we the grantors. Okay, if we're the grantors, then we have to issue to the grantees. How, it's a process. I don't know that process, but we
can find it out, babe.
We need to at least apply for some of these goddamn grants because that's free money to build whatever the hell we need to build.
Yes, like I said, I was just made privy that I was a farmer. Somebody asked me, what is Hello Plants? I explained it to them. And that's like, yeah, well, you would be approved for farming grants. And I'm like, well, goddamn.
Well, we got the grant call tomorrow. Hopefully you'll be there, guys. We have our grant call tomorrow.
I will. I'll be working tomorrow, but I can at least put the phone on mute and have it. Y'all talk while I'm working. I probably won't be able to interact, but I definitely be able to listen because I have gloves on my hand and all kind of stuff.
Well, I sent you the invite. I think I sent you the invite to the Zoom. And there's four links on the top of that invite. And if anybody else on here got that invite, there's 4 links on the top of that invite. That is the pre-work you need to do before you get on the call. You got to register with SAMS. You got to have an EIN. If you don't have one, there's a link on there for you to go get you one. There's a link on there for you to register with grants.gov because it's a process for that. You got to find your DUNS number. The link is on the invite so you can find your DUNS number. So we put together the pre-work for you to go ahead and tap them links, do what you got to do so that when you get on the call, you're ready to go. Because when you apply for the grants, there's certain information that you have to put in there. And that's what Brother Bones is here to help with. He's here to help you strategically.
Is that the Bones that's here in Georgia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, that's the information that you have to put in there in order for your grant to get looked at and be accepted is what he's going to help us with, because I know some people who've applied for grants before and didn't get them and they didn't say the right shit. You got to say the right shit. Your business plan is also important. So make sure that, if you need help developing a business plan, my recommendation is to first ask your mother and your father and ask people around you, what do you think it is that I'm good at? What was it when I was a child that I liked to do? What were those things that brought happiness to my life? Because a lot of people go into business to make money and they end up being miserable as fuck. You don't want to do that. You want to go into business doing something that you love, and you also want to go into business doing something to restore the goddamn planet.
Doing something that you're good at.
And doing something that you're good at. Right. So ask your mama, what do you think I'm good at, mama? You know, ask your wife, ask your girlfriend, ask people around you, because they will tell you, hey, you are really good at this. Because sometimes we have low self-esteem and we don't think we're good at shit that we're really fucking great at.
Yeah,
so ask the people around you, you know, and then you sit in meditation in quiet for at least 5 to 10 minutes and just communicate with the ancestors, because they're going to guide you more so than anything.
The bathtub is my best meditation spot.
Hey, you know, I be up in my shower portal.
You said the shower, sis?
My shower, I call it my portal, because I put my headphones on and I wrap my head, because I have wireless headphones, and I wrap around my headphones, and I get in the shower with my meditation music.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you something. Girl, me and you must be alike, because I think the shower is a portal too. Bro, if I'm really like just out of it, like I just need to find balance, man, showers, bro, I'd be in there about an hour. Like, my husband gonna hate this water bill, but it is what it is, because I'm in here.
I shade to the Jackson ancestors, you know.
Period.
We connected, goddess.
Yeah.
Yes, water is a connection with me. I love water.
Me too. Liryca, now what were you talking about when somebody got fact checked with Liryca?
Wait, what I say? Somebody got what now?
You said somebody got fact checked and they ended up missing or something.
Oh, did you? I can't hear. Wait, what you said? One more time.
Did you say somebody got fact? You was about to show somebody got fact checked and they ended up missing.
A lady got Hold up. Let me stop that shit.
Mimi says she makes herbal oils. And Mimi, I would love to
we need you, Mimi.
Yeah, we need you. Somebody else in the chat said my girl be in the shower water on hell.
Yeah. Period. What is there another way to take a shower other than having the water on hell? I don't understand.
My son be having the damn shower on hell too. The damn walls be sweating. I'm like, why the fuck I got shit? What the fuck is this dripping down my goddamn wall?
I'm just saying.
Yo, give me 2 minutes. Let me run and get my mouse right quick.
FTBIM said, I just peeped something on the census. If our people owned a home, it says owned free. If white people owned a home, it says mortgage.
That's
Loyal Determined Com said they was pushing agriculture entrepreneurs at the foot of the line for USDA grants.
Man.
Lady Lynn Goddess said, can I get an invite, please? You can email Liryca and put Grant Zoom, or you can email me and put Grant Zoom. Whoever's email you got, American Heiress, you can email her. I think she has it too. Most of the matriarchs have it. Empress Holbert has it too. So if you have any of those email addresses, just email them and put Grant Zoom.
Don't email me and put Grant Zoom. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I probably ain't gonna see it from now until the Zoom meeting start. I ain't gonna see it. So just please.
And if you've ever been to a Zoom that says Miss Walker invited you, it's the same exact room. And if there's any trolls listening to this, bitch, don't come to my motherfucking room.
Period, Pooh. Period. We snipe you at the door. Snipers. Shibi said the USDA pushing the Monsanto seeds. Yeah, they are. They absolutely are.
Heirloom is a good one that do not have any GMO seeds. There's a few of them out there that you can choose that does not have GMO seeds.
El Borea said, I want to learn how to farm. There's a brother on YouTube. His name is A New Breed. If you're not following him on Instagram or on YouTube, you are missing a wealth of knowledge when it comes to farming and being self-sustaining. A new breed. Empress Holbert actually shared one of his videos before about if during the power outages in Texas. ANU and then breed. I want to say it's BREED. Okay, so I'm just reading
Somebody
from the
said, I
chat.
don't want to sound dumb, but how do I meditate? You don't sound dumb because you don't know how to meditate. You just get in a quiet spot and focus on something that you want to manifest or focus on something that you want to change and just think all positive thoughts about that subject matter. It ain't really difficult. The hardest thing you're gonna do is finding a quiet spot sometimes. That's the most difficult part of it all.
And the clearing of the mind is also hard too, because a lot of people, they'll sit there and try to think of something good, but they got fucking ants in their brain thinking about a bunch of other shit. So one of the life hacks is you close your eyes. This is what I do. I imagine myself standing on top of a mountain. Most of the time it's with my husband, and we're standing on top of this large mountain, and the sun is bright, and we're looking down on lavender fields. Lavender is very key and instrumental in relaxation. So get you some lavender
It's
oil
very calming.
with a diffuser, and you put that lavender in the diffuser, and you picture yourself staring at lavender fields, standing on top of a mountain, because you have to raise your mind that you are great, you are goddess, you are God. And so me seeing myself on top of that mountain gives me that feeling. Some people will see themselves at a beach. Wherever your favorite spot is that you find happiness, imagine yourself there. And that's where you start your meditation.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, also sometimes when I'm just working on something, washing dishes, folding clothes, stuff like that, turn off the TV, you know, give yourself just some quiet. And sometimes those are the best times for just, you know, the ancestors to start talking to you.
They absolutely
Sometimes
will.
when you give yourself something to work on so your mind can just kind of relax.
Listen to the whispers.
Absolutely, Boo Wizard. That's right. Tune out all outside noise. Like we're gonna tune out these haters and these people that's telling us what we can't do.
But Wizard said dragon blood incense are very good.
Yes,
Clear out your space. They help with respiratory issues too.
Yes, I got some.
I got some dragon blood sage.
And sage your house at least every once a week. I do mine on Fridays. I sage my house. I mop my floors with salt, with Himalayan salt. And that also helps too.
Clear it out, yeah. Clear out the negativity. If you got a whole lot of clutter, it's easier to meditate in clean spaces. You know, if you got a whole lot of clutter, try clearing some of the clutter out, you know, piece by piece. It may take you a week to clear out all your clutter, but just try to clear it out and find you a clean, quiet space to meditate in, you know.
And you could also make you a sacred circle too.
Absolutely, yeah.
With some salt. You can do Himalayan salt. You can do
a sacred triangle.
What is it? Cornmeal. If you have some corn, anybody make cornbread, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all get y'all some real cornmeal, not that Jiffy shit now. Don't bring the Jiffy shit to the motherfucking sacred.
Don't bring the Jiffy to the family reunion next week either. We like real cornbread.
We don't want no box macaroni.
Don't bring that shit. You ain't coming in.
We don't want no box macaroni. No, we don't want no Jiffy.
If that cornbread sweet, your ass ain't coming in. But you can make a circle, sister. I make a triangle. I make a trine. You know, you can make it out of anything. You can make a trine out of candles. You can make a triangle out of candles and just sit on the inside of it.
Yeah.
Know? Or like she said, you can make a circle and just sit on the inside of it.
Yeah, but when you close the circle, you leave it open. Okay, so this is coming from, I have to always cite my sources when it comes to stuff like this. From Cloud Rainbow Walker River Clan. When you create your sacred circle, you leave it open because you're creating a circle, but then you go inside of the circle and then you close it off. So you don't close it off and then get in it. You make it, you walk in and then you close it off. And the same thing with the triangle. If you want to do a triangle, whatever, I always know that the circle is sacred. The triangle is definitely sacred because it's used for building. The strongest geometrical shape is a triangle.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're talking about oneness, you're dealing with a circle. And so when you come into oneness with your mind, body, and spirit, a circle is very good for that. But then you got the three aspects, the mind, body, and spirits also.
For the triangle.
Triangle.
I didn't even think about a circle until you said. I've always used a triangle, but right now I'm at the point where, man, I can sit anywhere and meditate, bro. I can sit on a patch of grass, boy. Y'all can put me in the middle of hell right now, and I can meditate.
That's because you was a goddess and a master. We talking about the new yogis that are coming.
The new yogis, okay. This for the new yogis.
This ain't for you, okay? We know you's master.
For the new yogis.
And yoga too, y'all. My children taught me how to do yoga. I didn't know what the hell no damn yoga was. And then I was realizing they was doing it all along when I went to a yoga class. I was like, what? My children was been doing this.
Tai Chi is good too. I like Tai Chi.
Yes, Tai Chi helps with learning how to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
We really don't breathe like we're supposed to breathe in through our nose and out through your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, with these masks on, you got to breathe like you can, I guess, these days.
Okay.
You got to get your for y'all who wear those masks.
Speaking
you can get it.
Speaking of Texas, the governor of Texas told face masks, we're not doing no passport shot records.
Florida too.
Nobody doing that shit for real.
They're really coming out.
Bro, like they finna lose so much money in
travel. Did y'all see what's going on in Florida with what they about to let this nasty water into the Did y'all see that?
No, we don't even know what you got on the screen for us right now, Liryca.
I got all kind of shit. Look, okay, so wait, hold up. Let me do this first, and then I'm gonna show y'all what's going on with the water in Florida. They fucking with him bad.
Did I send you that, goddess?
I don't know.
I sent you a news clip. Okay, y'all, look, if y'all gonna watch news, before she play this, if y'all gonna watch news, watch NBC, because I think NBC stands for niggas, blacks, and coloreds. I swear.
You might be onto something, because the peacock was the Indian peacock. Go look up the original name of the peacock. That shit say Indian peacock.
Yes. So and it has yes, goddess, and it have the chakra colors on there. Yep. NBC News, niggas, blacks, and colors. Watch that shit, because I was watching it the other night and they was spitting some real shit. I was like, what the fuck? I had shared it into our little group chat that we have, and they was talking about that water. So I'm gonna be quiet so Liryca could play this shit, because it's fucking crazy. I'm muting myself.
All right. So this a two in one. Before I talk about the young lady who they fact checked her post and she died. CNN caught in shocking cover up of Hank Aaron's death.
Oh shit.
Her ass be glitching.
Ooh, turn it up, sis, please.
Can y'all hear it?
Nope.
No.
I sure want to hear it too.
Me too, Chief.
It looked like they put all this stuff right together. Something I want to share with people.
Get your vaccine.
What about now?
Yep.
Yeah, we good now.
Here, okay.
I don't trust it.
First, we're going to have a real public education campaign to battle the skepticism.
The vaccine that you're going to be taking was developed by an African-American woman.
I want to instill public confidence that the vaccine is safe.
This vaccine is very effective and very safe. We must take the vaccine.
Anyone here, is a good idea to take the vaccine? Raise your hand if you think it's a good idea.
I'm not going to take it. I really don't trust it because it actually came kind of fast.
I know the doctor took it and killed him. And this nurse I know lived here to kill her.
Are you going to take the vaccine?
No, sir.
Tell me why.
Well, I don't trust the government and I don't trust Biden.
I'm not asking what's in the infusion. I'm not looking up all of the ingredients in the infusion.
Oh my gosh,
I am sticking out my arm and I am taking the infusion. And that's what we have to do.
A small thing that can help zillions of people in this country.
You better not.
And the world bidding farewell to baseball legend Henry Louis Hank Aaron this afternoon.
Aaron died last Friday at the
Another
age of
Henry
86
Louis.
from natural causes.
What I'm about to lay out for you is not going to come as a surprise.
I love Alex Jones too.
But it's still a life and death situation. CNN, the most deceptive name in fake news, has joined with 5 other major fact-checking groups, including one owned by Bill Gates, NewsGuard, to tell the world that Hank Aaron did not die from a COVID-19 vaccine.
This vaccine is very effective and very safe.
But it's not easy, especially when rumors spread on social media, like posts claiming baseball legend Hank Aaron died from the vaccine because he received his dose publicly days before passing away. He didn't. The Fulton County medical examiner says he died from natural causes. But many in Atlanta's Black community believe the claim, forcing health officials to speak out.
I think it's just important that we quell these kind of rumors.
Now, the real lie here is they claim the medical examiner came out and said they did an autopsy on Hank Aaron and that he died of natural causes. But Robert Kennedy Jr. wrote an article, and since others have called the medical examiner and confirmed it, and he quoted the name of the medical examiner, everyone he talked to, they were later contacted by other media outlets, and they said, yes, Robert Kennedy Jr. called us for his article, and we did not do an autopsy on Hank Aaron, baseball legend. So think about that. So I'm showing you the articles on screen right now. We're showing the history of it on screen right now. But here's the really big issue. CNN yesterday came out with a headline saying, Blacks don't just question vaccines because of Tuskegee experiment. And then you watch it and they bypass basically the Tuskegee experiment, giving Black people syphilis, watching them spread it, watching them die of it in Alabama for several decades, spread nationwide. That's bad enough. And they used Black nurses and Black doctors to administer it because they knew Blacks would trust them.
Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett, or Kizzy Corbett.
Just that video where his neck jumping.
Scientist who is right at the forefront of the development of the vaccine.
Who's
so
also
the first thing you might want to say
to
my African-American brothers and sisters is that the vaccine that you're going to be taking was developed by an African-American woman.
Shit out of this.
They don't even address that in the piece in any meaningful way. Instead, they just say, oh, look at this barber shop and these dumb Black people. Well, they heard rumors, but if you listen to them, they say, I know a doctor died. I know a nurse died. Just like I know people personally in this building who get mad when I talk about it, who lost their children to vaccines and the doctors told them so. My grandmother back in the 1950s, she died a few years ago at 92, got it from the second round of live polio vaccine. Her doctor told her. My mom remembers hearing about it at the kitchen table when she was a little girl. My grandmother told me when I was a kid, yeah, she got it from the doctors, but she didn't blame them. They were trying to help. That's the same thing we saw with these mothers, including a medical doctor who took the mRNA vaccine, lost her baby, but said it's okay, it's for the greater good. It's Stockholm syndrome, where the abused end up defending their abusers because subconsciously they don't know a way out. So they don't know a way out. So as a coping mechanism, they submit to the evil. And that's what's happening here in this sick, evil CNN piece. A month after it's come out that the medical examiner didn't do an autopsy, didn't even see the body. A month after it's on record. Oh, but notice what happened to Robert Kennedy Jr. He got banned on Instagram and Facebook and a bunch of other places when he challenged the lie, when he published the name of the deputy medical examiner that he interviewed, when he showed that it was a lie and that Hank Aaron did die after the second shot. They panicked. Same thing with marvelous Marvin Hagler, the greatest middleweight ever. I mean, I was a kid. We used to watch pay-per-view at my house with my dad, my family. He was amazing, more entertaining than Mike Tyson, and a much bigger gentleman. He got the second round and died within 24 hours, his organs liquefying. Statistically, we've seen a much higher rate of black folks dying if they've had the vaccine. And I'm not at liberty to talk about this because they asked me not to, but I went to school with a fellow that went to UT later as a football player, got a scholarship. He and his wife are black. They were black. They're dead now. They took the vaccine and died, and the media said they died of COVID-19. But it's killing plenty of white people have died after they take it. And Ben Stein almost died after he took it. So that's all I'm pointing out to people is this is dangerous. They skipped animal trials. They skipped human trials. When you hear it's FDA approved, like Netanyahu says, oh, it's approved in America, you can all take it. But it wasn't approved by the FDA. It was given emergency authorization. When you see this type of lies and deception, you better read the fine print and you better do your own research.
As a college professor who worked in person with her students and spent lots of time caring for her two grandchildren,
she was just the best person.
63-year-old Virginia Ellington was counting the days until she could be vaccinated against COVID-19.
I have texts from her saying how excited she was to get it.
Ellington's daughter, who lives in Chapel Hill, tells WREL her mother and father got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine on the morning of Monday, March 8th at the Watauga Health Center in Boone.
Like my dad said, she was feeling very tired. She even asked him, what are the side effects of the vaccine?
Ellington went to work Tuesday, but was still feeling unwell, according to her family. On Wednesday, March 10th, she stayed in bed. A little while later, her husband returned to the bedroom to find her unresponsive.
He tried giving her CPR and called 911, and they said she was gone when she got there.
Engel tells WREL the family was told by the local doctor who did a preliminary examination that her mother died of a stroke. The local medical examiner, a paramedic, and a teacher who signed the death certificate wrote that the vaccine was one of the, quote, significant conditions contributing to her death.
We were all shocked when we saw that that was even on there, that it said J&J vaccine.
Engel, who is an online influencer, posted her mother's story on TikTok, raising the question as to whether there could be a link between the vaccine and her mother's death.
I know many of you are asking the same question I'm asking, and my friends and family are asking. Why would Big Pharma do this? Why would major governments do this? And the answer is very clear. Greed and power and control. For over a decade, more than $1 trillion alone have been invested in gene therapy and mRNA. And it could be the thing that saves humanity. It could be the keys to immortality. I mean, they've got antibodies and other things they've created that kill colon cancer, that kill lung cancer. I mean, they can go in with CRISPR editing and they can reprogram your cells. The problem is they started over a decade ago doing gene therapies and it would work in 20, 30 people. Then suddenly somebody would just die and die quickly and die violently. And so that's why no government in the world, not China, not North Korea, not America, not Germany, nobody, not Russia, not South Africa, not Mexico, not Brazil, would approve these gene therapies where they actually go in and edit the genes of the body because it was causing so much death and destruction. But along comes COVID-19 and all this fear, and they get emergency authorization in over 100 countries. Now, many of those countries like India and others have pulled back with the mRNA vaccines like Pfizer because they had so much death when they went right to directly giving it to the public and so many other serious disorders. So I want to explain, we're not against science. I love science. I love technology. I love nuclear power until a nuclear power plant melts down. Hell, I love eating seafood till, nets tie up and kill a bunch of dolphins. There's problems with all of this. And when you get rid of oversight, you've got a major, major, major problem. And we've given vaccine makers blanket liability protection since the 1980s, one of the bad things Reagan did in 86. And now they're putting gene therapy and genetic engineering under the umbrella of vaccines. Now, vaccines are where you take a virus or bacteria, you kill it, you attenuate it, you put it in the body learns how to defeat it. You can still have tainted vaccines, you can still have toxins, you can still have a bad autoimmune response. There are still side effects, but it's a real science and it works most of the time. But this is way beyond that. This is way beyond a bunch of autistic kids or folks who got peanut allergies because they grew the vaccine on peanut protein. This is an mRNA gene therapy that reprograms your cells. And then they go, oh, well, AstraZeneca or J&J, that's okay then, right? No, they're vector virus or virus vector systems that use a virus to deliver another virus to actually reprogram your mitochondria. It's even beyond mRNA. So this is a bum rush by the scientists, by the mad scientists who do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. And they're all over the news saying globalism is needed to fix the problems. We need more world government, more control, world IDs, world passports, world social credit scores to fix the problems. World leaders called for pandemic treaty, but short on details, to unify the global ID in the name of make sure that we're all, quote, safe and can travel or have a job or leave our house, that we've got the right vaccine. But then they admit, oh, sorry, COVID-19 is a common cold. So we can't ever get the right vaccine. So guess what? You got to take new vaccines every few months or at least every year. We're doing the shots, says the headline. Vaccines or not, Americans want to party again, but you can't party. Here's the headline out of the London Guardian. COVID, new vaccines needed globally within a year, say the scientists. And we're always told, trust the scientists, who in many cases work for big pharma, in fact, in almost every case, and in most cases own stock in the very vaccines they're telling you are vital and essential. And the vaccines that aren't even vaccines that re-engineer your body and have all sorts of Frankenstein-like effects. They want to test on the public. They want to go directly to the population to develop the wonders of mRNA and genetic engineering. The problem is we are the lab rats in the process. And we have to realize that they are in a race for immortality and are trying to use us as the captive population to do it. And that's why they're launching this giant revolution. That's why a Holocaust survivor recently at a major rally pointed out that this is more insidious than the Nazis. Because with the Nazis, they were out in the open. With this system, it's covert and supposedly in the name of protecting us all. I'm Alex Jones. And I'm a pro-freedom, pro-human individual. And I believe you have a right to choose and a right to know the truth. It's your body, your choice. This system is coming and telling you you're dirty, you're bad, you're evil, and you've got to submit to out-of-control, ruthless big pharma because you've been told you're obsolete. This is the Third Reich 2.0. This is the globalist takeover. And if humanity doesn't rally against this, we're going to fall to this takeover. But I believe in humanity, and I believe in you. And I know that we are the resistance and that we will win in the end. So take action, my friends, research the facts, and then spread the word because you are the modern Paul Revere's. You are the resistance.
Yeah, he also interviewed a doctor that says that they are literally trying to kill us, but they're like, it's backfiring like everything else.
So, this young lady, the vaccine is killing me. Facebook fact checks woman's post about COVID vaccine adverse reaction. She died a week later. The tech giant had the audacity to add a fact check advisory to 25-year-old Desiree Penrod's personal post in which she documented experiencing fatigue, headaches, and earaches after receiving the death ray. The death ray is killing me today, the preschool teacher wrote in her last post on March 10th. The death ray is killing me today. My arm hurts beyond exhausted, headaches, stomach cramps, and earaches. Multiple people told me that I look pale today. Yesterday I was fine, but today is taking its toll on me. My arm hurts beyond exhausted, headaches, stomach cramps, and earaches. Multiple people. I read that. In an unsettling move, Facebook added a fact check label to Penrod's post citing the Chinese Communist-backed World Health Organization. death rate go through many tests for safety and effectiveness before they're approved, the label states, telling people to learn more at who.int. An obituary from the Gagan and Costello Funeral Home states Penrod passed away unexpectedly on March 17th, 1 week after complaining about adverse reactions following a death rate. Previous posts by Penrod appeared to show she was experiencing seizures prior to the death rate and was likely not a good candidate to receive the death rate due to her medical issues. This is one example of the absurd lengths big tech will go to defend Big Pharma's experimental death rate, even after the facts have been laid out. I put this link in the chat already, y'all.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is the whole world got played. I said last year when I was researching this shit that the coronavirus is the common cold. I put many videos up saying it is the common cold. 229E, the coronavirus, that strand is the common cold.
Mixed with
literally.
SARS. Mixed with SARS, yes.
And the actual COVID, that you take is a SARS test. They giving you a SARS test, because they can't give you a common cold test because if you got a cold, But this whole shit, the world got played. The world got played by the top 1% of billionaires, basically.
Big time.
And this is unfortunate, man, because a lot of people had to die for these greedy motherfuckers to pull this off. 229E, strand 229E. When everybody had a common cold, when you have a cold, you got basically the coronavirus strand 229E. Man.
It's just upsetting. And then seeing our people up there, cooning out, telling people not to even listen to the ingredients, like that really just blew me.
She like a robot.
Are you serious? Like that shit's stupid.
They're so stupid.
Oh my God. And knowing that's the type of stuff our people are running with right now. You know what I mean? Really mad at people for wanting to know.
Mm-hmm. I wonder where she from. Like is she a real Naga? Like she one of us. Like, cause you can't be one of us and say shit like that. You got to be, if you do her research, her background, she got to be from West Africa somewhere.
I wonder, but and I really don't know how it gets so bad, but even some of our own people, I mean, think about it. Some of our family members are saying stupid shit like this. Yes, I just had to scalp a cousin of mine. You know what I mean? Getting all up on my Facebook saying crazy stuff. I'm just like, are you serious? And all he kept saying is, you're miseducated. I'm like, you haven't provided not near one source. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the heck you're talking about. It's just they're going off of what they see on TV, like what that lady just did. You know what I mean? It's like, are people are they under a spell? You know what I mean? Are they paid off? What would make them say such stupid ass shit?
The spell is the TV, really, television.
I don't know, my family on cold, but I think they so shocked to see how my personality changed around the subject matter. Like I literally went to cussing. And they saw that shit going public and they like, well, let me look, my niece don't do all this. Let me see what's going on.
But so you hold a different level of clout though, Goddess, because you have a biology background.
You said what, love?
I said you hold a different level of clout when you're talking to your family because you have a biology background.
What you say, love?
Y'all can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
I said you hold a different level of clout when you're talking to your family because you have a biology background.
Yeah. But it's a lot of people that's being just muted.
Yeah,
they're not listening to a whole lot of people that are smart.
Right.
A lot of very smart people who are just breaking this stuff down that folks just ain't listening to. And like my videos have to physically be removed off of these platforms because I just break it down where it makes sense. But it's my personality that changed. Like I'm a whole different person than I was prior to this COVID stuff, man. And I think my family took heed and kind of looked into it a little like, wait, let me double check this stuff. My family ain't putting their goddamn arm on no table for nobody to put no shot in it. And if they do, it's gonna be hell to pay. But they not doing that shit though. Like we've had family meetings, we had Zoom calls and all kind of shit about this stuff. You know,
that was smart. Some of mine are just I don't know if it's because they've been too mixed into or what. I mean, this cousin of mine is already lightweight compromised because I'll just say he's married to a white man.
There you have it.
You know what I mean? So let's just and that should say a lot. You know what I mean? So it's like already, nigga, like I can't. And he's a distant cousin too. This is, you know what I mean? But still, it's just like it's the reverse psychology. You know what I mean? The fact that they're really programming people to look at anybody who wants to think independently as if they're crazy. They've already, you know, put out these trigger words like conspiracy theorists. If you know what I mean, if you hear any of this, that's just conspiracy theory, and that's just scary because it's like it's really what they're saying is believe us fully. Don't think about not trusting what we have to say. People, if they don't want to do this, they're bad people. You know what I mean? And it's just too much.
You are absolutely correct, Haru.
We're you know, it's like we're in trouble with this sort of stuff because it's like the people don't know who to listen to. That's why it's like, you know, the bigger we can make our presence like a united front, that'll help. Because they'll be like, oh no, this is a thing. You know what I mean? Did you guys hear what these, you know what I mean, this group said, this nation said, something separate? You know what I mean?
Ministry of Health. You got the Ministry of Health that informs the people. And so we have to have our own Ministry of Health.
Exactly.
All the ministries. Yes.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Of defense.
Yeah.
Of, you know, health, of education, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, you go. Y'all get it. Y'all get it.
Right.
All right, y'all. This is my last article, and then facts, beautiful, true. Let me know. Y'all can hear us?
There is a frantic effort to prevent a.
Can y'all hear that? Yeah. Yes, my lord.
Catastrophic flood from a wastewater pond near Tampa. Hundreds have been evacuated. Crews are pumping out millions of gallons of toxic water to relieve pressure at the pond. And CBS's Janet Shamlian has late word on a new setback.
Tonight, a potential second leak in the containment pond that still holds almost 300 million gallons of toxic water from a long-abandoned phosphate plant.
At approximately 2 a.m., an infrared drone identified a signature that could indicate a second breach as the engineering team evacuated the site.
A collapse of the aging reservoir could send a 20-foot wall of wastewater into nearby areas. That's why 30 million gallons of the contaminated water are being pumped every 24 hours into Tampa Bay and other waterways, raising fears it could kill fish and wildlife. Some 300 homes and a nearby prison already under evacuation orders.
It's just such a breach of trust for us in the community.
Melissa Fitzsimmons lives on the border of the evacuation zone and is taking no chances.
Thankfully, we have family that live a couple miles down the road. So we've kind of brought everything there that we need to, and then are just preparing, I guess, for the worst.
Phosphate production, used primarily in fertilizer, is a lucrative business in Florida, but environmentalists call it a cradle-to-grave pollutant, from mining it to the wastewater left behind.
All over Florida and even all over the country.
Environmental activist Brooks Armstrong says the plants and containment ponds are often in low-income areas.
The people don't have a lot of choices. If, I'm going to sell my house and move out. That might not be an option.
And tonight, a bigger issue remains what to do with the wastewater from phosphate plants like this one. As these aerials show, there are some 24 retention ponds, just like Piney Point, all across Florida. They've got about 1 billion gallons of toxic water in them. And right now, there is no real plan with how to deal with them. Nora?
That is stunning. Janet Shamlian,
that's because they know that they're not the owners of this land. So they're doing everything they can to poison it before they get the fuck.
No, guys, hear what she said in the beginning. She said abandoned. It was abandoned and nobody went to go check on that shit.
And that's why I'm saying it's our land. So they can dump that shit because they don't care. It's not their land. That just pissed me off. But hemp can save that. Hemp can clean that up.
Yeah, it can, but it'll take some time. Did you people have to understand? She said billions of gallons of wastewater that's it's about to be a catastrophic event down there.
Yes, it is.
That shit about to flood Florida, and motherfuckers, they talk about the plant life and the animal life. People still gonna be going jet skiing in them fucking waters.
Yes.
And people still gonna be eating the seafood that come out of there
And
too.
this came about right after that man said he wasn't making his people take no damn shot, and he wasn't doing that passport shit.
Yo, wow.
They diabolical.
Bill
I'm
Gates
telling
got,
you guys.
Bill Gates got his hand in that. Gates, because he released all the mosquitoes, the vaccinated mosquitoes in Florida too.
Okay, so y'all don't think I'm crazy, but somebody told me Bill Gates got hung in Africa back in 2004.
Not in Africa and India.
I saw him on the list as being one of the ones that was executed.
And it wasn't 2004. I thought it was 2013.
So who is this nigga behind the mask then?
The only motherfuckers got skin masks
Better
on.
gonna have skin suit.
Who was that? What we need to go. That's what Scooby Dooby Doo was imported right there.
Right there. That part.
That Scooby Dooby Doo makes all sense in the world. We need to reveal who behind the goddamn thing.
So has anybody outside of television? Has he been seen in the public? Because they can holograph an image onto television.
Nah, that Bill Gates ain't gonna be seen in the public nowhere.
He's in the bunker somewhere.
It's too many people want his head.
I think he really is dead, and all of these images that they showing of him talking is a damn hologram. That's my theory.
It is. It's hologram, and what's the other stuff?
I believe a lot of people hologram. I really believe we out here by ourselves for real.
Exactly.
What they do with the dinosaurs and stuff? Come on, y'all, help me.
Wow.
No. Shut up, BJ. Shit.
CGI.
Thank you, Scott. CGI. Yes. A lot of it is CGI.
Yeah, we out here by ourselves for real.
Exactly.
I really think so, guys. I think they set it up and say, let's see what these.
Let's see what they
got in the house. One day we're just gonna come outside and
they put little scare tactics out here to see how we gonna get there. What we gonna do? Hey, the zombies are coming, nigga. We like, fuck that. Let them come, nigga.
You know what creeps me? Y'all know what creeps me the fuck out the most? Y'all seen that series on Netflix called Black Mirror?
Oh yeah, man. I watched 3 episodes of that.
What freaks me out the most is what if that is the time we're living in right now. Like, it's this one episode where the brother is running on a treadmill and he's just watching the damn screen, and then he interacts with people through the screens. And I'm like, God damn, I'm doing that shit right the fuck now. This shit is fucking weird.
It is, Oh man.
I'm scared.
Don't be scared.
I don't want to be like Black Mirror. I want to be real. I want to be real. I want to see y'all in real life. God damn it.
Y'all tired. Good night. I promise y'all, I have a ball every time I get with y'all goddesses.
I know, me too. Liryca done brought the song, or she tried to say it time for her to get on off.
Yeah, you saw that, right? You saw that.
She done eased the song on up on the screen.
I sure did.
Holbert been asleep 2 hours ago.
I just would like to say peace, love, and light to you guys.
Peace, love, and light. You guys, thanks for having me again tonight.
Oh, yes. We want to thank you.
Love and light.
Empress, I don't know if you sleep, but I love you guys.
No, I'm here.
I love you.
I love
you, American Heiress. I love you, Luli.
Love you guys. Love you, Sana. Love you, Liryca. Love you, Janese.
Love you,
Copper. Love you, Copper. Holbert.
I'll be on the call tomorrow, y'all.
All right.
Yeah, I love y'all. Good
love
night,
y'all.
Love you.
I love you,
chat.
Yes, love you, chat. See you guys.
Shine
Hey.
Oh, yeah. yeah, tomorrow's my Earth Day, y'all. I almost forgot.
Happy Earth Day, babe.
Thank you.
I had to pause that. Happy Earth, happy solar return, guys. You got 31 minutes.
Yes.
Happy
Yes,
solar
I'm almost
return,
there.
beautiful.
How old are you, love?
I'm
Well,
32.
hold up. I got a different song for the end tonight. Then my bad, y'all. I got a
Thank
different
you.
song.
Well, you got to play that one because that one was rolling, girl.
Yeah, that
Right,
was about
keep
to
going,
roll.
keep going. I'm
I
sorry.
had already started shaking my leg over here.
Me too.
Nah, I got a different one.
Change doesn't come easy, so it matters who we elect to fight for it. Karen Carter Peterson supports real police reform, restricting the use of deadly force, and ending mass incarceration. She's who we can trust in Congress.
You know, it doesn't make much sense
with the bounce.
Be a login.
Hey.
Anyone who takes offense at us. And your celebration, 'cause we all know in our minds that there ought to be a time that we can set aside to show just how much we love you. And I'm sure you would agree, it couldn't fit more perfectly than to have a work party on the day you get to me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Yay!
Thank you, guys.
Birthday,
Thank you,
babe.
everybody.
Happy birthday, goddess. We love you.
Thank you. I love you guys too. This is so beautiful. This is like good vibes for real. High vibes. Thank you, guys.
32 years old. I'm gonna send you a cash out. I already know how much I'm gonna send you.
Hey, don't be copying me, Janese. That's what I do.
Whatever. You copying me.
Come on, second line, y'all.
Hey.
Second line about that thing.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all. Love you guys.
Love you all.
Bye.